Yeah. In the last session, we have seen employee. We have created the employee controller. We are reading the data from the Postman. Okay, we are passing the name and salary, and we are getting the updated data. Like we are getting the employee ID, name, and salary. Okay, fine. So now what I'll do is I'll create a one more class called organization. So I'll make this employee as a one of the property for the organization. So organization and employee is having a relationship. It is kind of a has a relationship. Okay. So I hope everyone knows the has a relationship. Let me create an organization class. Organization. Okay. So organization is a separate class. I want to give this class to the Spring Boot so that automatically it will create an object of the organization. Whenever needed, we can get this one. So I'll make this class as a component. Right. Right. In the last session, we have learned this one. Now, the organization will be having some properties, right? Organization address, organization name, organization contact number, so on and so on. Okay. Private string org name, private string address, private string headquarters, or I can, instead of address, I'll mention headquarters over here. Headquarters. And here what I'll do is I'll mention the contact number. So I'll take long over here for the contact number. Okay. So I'll be generating the setters and getters. So going forward, okay, we will be using the Lombok. Okay. Maybe by the end of this Spring Boot, or by the end of the Spring Core, I'll help you to configure the Lombok. Okay, so using the Lombok, you don't need to generate the setters and getters. At the runtime only, Lombok will generate. Whenever you need it, you just have to call the method, get method, set method. Okay, so let's generate. How to generate setters and getters? Right click, source, generate setters and getters. Select all, generate. Fine. So now I have already told you, I told you, so we will be taking employee as a property, one of the property for the organization also. Let me add that one as well. Employee. So I'll say employee details. Now I have the employee, but I don't want to do anything. I don't want to create an object of employee. I don't want to inject the properties of an employee, things like that. I want the Spring framework to do it, auto inject it. So if I want to auto inject the employee details, here we have the employee details, right? Here we have an employee. See, the employee will be having the employee name and salary. If we want to get any one of the property like employee name or salary or employee ID, you can use the employee details dot get salary in the organization. You can get the data. Now, as of now, see here, I want to automatically get the employee details. Let's say I organization is interested in getting the employee details. So he is asking the Spring Boot or Spring Boot application or Spring container that, hey Spring container, I need the employee details. The Spring container will automatically give the employee details. So in order to tell the Spring container, so we can tell the Spring container to inject the employee details in two ways. One is by using the type, and the other one is by using the bean name, the object name, we can say. So here, in order to, as of now, like we will be discussing by type only. Okay, if I want to inject the employee details in the organization, automatically we will be using a annotation called at auto void. At auto void. At auto void is a one annotation which will be injecting the employee details automatically. See, I'll tell you in technical perspective. I'll tell you what exactly auto void is. So this auto void annotation inject the beans, or hearing like beans in the sense like the employee bean automatically to the organization. Okay, this auto void can be applicable at the property level. At the constructor level also we can write the at auto void. Okay, so we can write the property level, or we can say this is a field, right? So our field also we can say, property also we can say, field also we can say. And if you want to auto wire a constructor also, you can use the at auto void. So constructor I haven't generated it actually. So if you want to generate, you can generate the constructor, you can write at auto void. So but in industry most of us like will work on the, we will write the at auto void at field level only. Constructor, let's generate. See, I can directly write at auto void. At auto void. There is no difference between this and that. Based on situation, you will use it. Okay. So I'll recommend you to auto wire it at the property level only, at the field level only. Okay. So fine. So now the organization is having the employee details. Now I'll create a one more controller where the controller, I'll name the controller as the organization controller. Okay, let me create an organization controller class. Organization controller. Enter. See, organization controller class is created. Organization controller class is created, and we are using REST controller to the we are using the REST controller to make the organization controller as a one of the controller, REST controller. So REST controller in the sense it will be returning the both response and the it will be acting as a controller as well. So now we have written the REST controller at the class level. So now this class is acting as a controller class, and it will return the automatically it will return the response in the JSON format. Okay. So now fine. So now what we are doing over here is we will be creating a one more one method where it will be accepting the organization, where it will be accepting the organization details as well. So I'll be adding the organization. Okay. So the organization will be having a what? Organization will be having the properties called organization and all. Fine. So now I want to read the payload which is coming from the Postman. The payload is regarding to the related to the organization. What I'll do, I have to write the at request body. At request body, we have to write it. So it will read the payload which is coming from the Postman. So now this method will return public, and I over here what I'll do is I'll return the only some of the details. Let me do one thing. I'll just okay. Let me give the organization details. Okay, instead of yeah, let me give the organization details only. Okay, so now over here, what I'll do is I'll be creating an object of organization. Org equals to new organization, and we'll setting up the data which is coming from the the request, sorry, where it is, from the Postman, return org. Okay. And we need to, what type of request it is? It is our add organization, right? So we are sending a post request. So it will be a post mapping to post mapping. And here we have to give the organization as a param. So organization as a endpoint, not a param. Okay. So now fine. So whatever the data which is coming from the Postman, so we have to add it to the, we will be adding it. So in order to just, we are reading the data from the organization and we are setting up to the new object, new organization object. We are just returning the same data back to the Postman. We are just checking it. So how the data is coming to the, from the Postman to the controller. Okay. And DB level will do it. Okay. Set organization name. I'll say CTS is the organization name. org.set headquarters. So let's say it's in Bangalore. org.set contact number. Some contact number I'll give. Fine. Now we have to set the most important thing. What is that? We have to set the employee details as well. So we haven't generated the setter for this. So let me go. So we have to generate the setter for this one as well. Let me go and generate a setter. Source, generate setters and getters, select all, generate. Okay. Now you'll be getting the employee details to set it. See here, employee details. I'll say new employee details, new employee. I'll be reading the data from the organization org organization dot get employee details dot get employee ID. Here we don't have a constructor. I have to create the constructor. I'll do one thing. Why confusion? Some people will get confused. I'll create a separate object, employee object. So here I'll create an employee goes to new employee. Okay. So now we have employee dot set employee ID. So we'll be getting the employee ID from the organization because we are setting it from there itself. Organization dot get employee details dot get what I can say that get employee ID. Or you can do one thing. You can directly call this over here. Now this will return the organization. Now you can set the data. Employee dot get employee ID. Sorry, this is organization details. We have set it. Okay, we can directly give this employee. We have already set it, right? We can directly give it because the organization is also having the employee details. We are directly setting this to the employee, and we are we are setting this employee to the org. The org will be returning all these details, employee details, contact number, headquarters, organizational name, all those details. It will be returning it. Now we have to check the structure of it. Okay, we have to set the structure of a organization. Now this is the structure of an employee. Now we have to make a call to the organization, right? HTTP colon / local host colon 8080 slash first hyphen app slash here I'll say organization. Okay, so now this is a post request. Change it to the post. Okay, now body. So you have to choose raw and you have to give the JSON as a type, and here you have to give the details. What is the first property? Organization name, right? We'll write one by one. So what is the first property? Let me go to the organization. What is the first property? Organization name. Okay, let me go there. Let me write it organization name. So organization name is, I'll be giving some other organization name. Do we have given the static values there? No, right? In the organization, here we have given the static values. Don't need to give the static values. We are reading it from the organization dot get organization name. Here we have to get it from the headquarters, organization dot headquarters, and we have to set the contact number. From the Postman we are reading it. Okay, get contact number. Okay, we will be sending all these details from the Postman. Now the organization name, let me copy this, paste contact number, and we have the last, we have the employee details, organization name. So I'll be giving the organization name as CTS. Organization, what is the next property? Headquarters. So I'll give the headquarters. And what is the next property? It is a contact number. Let me give the contact number as well. So here it is kind of doubt actually. Let me come here where it is organization. Organization, employee details. Here you have to, so this is one of the property, employee details is one of the property. So I think you have to give like this. Inside this, you have to give the employee related data. So employee array, again, why it is going here? Employee. So let me come to the employee. I have the employee. Let me give the employee ID this time. Employee ID. And similarly, I'll copy this one. Okay. Just paste it here, comma, paste it. Employee ID, name, and salary. Okay. So employee ID, I'll be giving the headquarters first. Bangalore. Contact number, some contact number. The employee details. Employee details, we have employee ID. 1, 2, 3 is an employee detail. Employee ID. And NSK is the employee name, and the salary is something. Dot. Okay. So now we have the organization, headquarters, contact number. We are setting the employee details as well. In employee details, we are having employee ID, employee name, and salary. So if you have a auto wiring object, you have to give something like this. Okay. So now let me send the request to the Postman. Send it. Okay, I think we have not started this one. We have started, right? Organization controller. Okay. This started only. Let me rerun it. Run as SpringBoot application. Come here. It's a post request organization. Local. Oh my goodness. Here I have written spelling wrong. Local host 8080 first app organization. No, it's fine. I am doubting the Tomcat. It's not, it's my fault. It's not Tomcat's fault. So, yeah, not readable exception JSON. Desired value of type string. Okay. Contact number. Okay, do not save it. Let me send the request again. Now it is getting the data. Okay, fine, got it, right?
Yes, yes.
Fine then. That's all from this lecture actually. Today we have learned request body annotation.
Sir, here we are injecting.
Yep. I hope everything is clear. So tomorrow we will be discussing about the other annotations. I will be introducing the qualifier annotation. Okay, tomorrow we'll be reading two or three annotations again. Okay, until then, thank you. Thank you for watching.